You started a business because you believed in something. Maybe it was a dream you carried around for years before you finally took the leap. Maybe it was a skill you had, a gap you spotted in the market, or simply the deep, burning desire to build something that was yours. And for a little while it felt incredible. The excitement, the energy, the possibilities stretching out in front of you like an open road. But somewhere along the way something shifted. The calls slowed down, the revenue got unpredictable, the late nights stopped feeling worth it, and that dream you were so sure about started to feel like it might be quietly slipping away from you. If that sounds familiar, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I am about to share with you could genuinely change everything. Here is a truth that nobody in the business world wants to say out loud. Most small businesses do not fail dramatically. They do not explode. They do not crash. They just slowly, quietly fade. The owner keeps showing up every single day, working harder than anyone they know, grinding through exhaustion, sacrificing weekends and evenings and relationships, and yet the numbers just never quite add up. And then one day they look around and realize they have been running as fast as they possibly can just to stay in the same place. That is not a business. That is a trap. And the worst part is that most business owners blame themselves. They think they are not smart enough, not talented enough, not working hard enough. But that is completely wrong, and I am going to show you exactly why. Now, before I go any further, I want you to know that there is a program linked in the description of this video. Thousands of business owners have already used what is inside it to completely turn their results around. And the people who have taken action quickly are the ones seeing the biggest transformations. If you have been waiting for the right moment, I want you to understand that the right moment is rarely obvious until it has already passed. Keep watching, because by the end of this video you will understand exactly what has been holding you back, and you will know precisely what to do about it. So let us talk about why businesses actually fail. Not the surface-level answers you read in articles, the real reasons, the ones that keep business owners up at 3 in the morning staring at the ceiling. The first reason is this. Most small business owners are incredibly good at what they do, but they are running a business they do not fully understand. A brilliant cook opens a restaurant, a talented designer launches an agency, a skilled mechanic starts a shop, and they spend all their time doing the thing they love, which is the work itself, while the actual business quietly falls apart around them. Pricing is off, cash flow is unstable. There is no real system for getting new customers consistently. The owner does everything themselves because they cannot afford to hire help. But they cannot afford to grow without help either. It is a suffocating loop that millions of small business owners are trapped inside right now, and most of them have no idea there is a way out. The second reason is something that almost nobody talks about. It is the cost of not knowing. Every single day you spend running your business without the right knowledge is a day that costs you money you never even see leaving. Think about that for a second. You are losing revenue right now. Not because you are doing something obviously wrong, but because you do not yet know what right looks like. Business owners who understand their numbers, who know exactly how to position their offer, who have a clear and repeatable process for attracting and converting customers, those people are not just surviving. They are building wealth. They are creating freedom. And the gap between where they are and where most struggling business owners are is not talent. It is not luck. It is knowledge and strategy applied consistently over time. Studies tracking small businesses over multi-year periods consistently show that somewhere between 60 and 80% of small businesses fail within their first 5 years. The most vulnerable window is years 2 and 3, not year 1, when the excitement is still fueling everything. Years 2 and 3, when reality sets in, when the initial customers have come and gone, when the owner is exhausted, when the bank account tells a different story than the dream did. This is the danger zone. And if you are in it right now, you are not alone, and you are not failing because you are weak. You are failing because you were never given a map. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine spending 2.5 years building something from scratch. You gave it everything. You turned down invitations, missed moments you cannot get back, pushed through sickness and doubt and fear. You invested your savings. Maybe you borrowed money. Maybe you put it on a credit card with the full intention of paying it back the moment things picked up. And then one Tuesday morning you open your laptop, look at your account balance, look at your calendar, look at your inbox, and the silence is so loud it is almost physical. That is not just a financial crisis. That is an identity crisis. Because you tied who you are to what you built, and right now both of them feel like they are falling. That moment is real for so many people watching this, and I want you to hear this clearly. That moment does not have to be the end of your story. It can be the turning point, but only if you do something different, because what got you here is not going to get you where you need to go. Here is what a business looks like when the right pieces are in place. Picture waking up on a Monday morning and already knowing where your revenue is coming from this week. Not hoping, not guessing, knowing. Picture having a clear offer that your ideal customers genuinely want, positioned in a way that makes choosing you feel obvious to them. Picture a sales process that does not feel like begging, because the people coming to you are already interested, already qualified, already halfway sold before they ever speak to you. Picture your business not depending entirely on your physical presence, on you showing up sick, showing up burned out, showing up even when your personal life is in crisis. Picture having real margin. Not just financial margin, although yes, absolutely that, but time margin, energy margin, the ability to breathe. That is not a fantasy. That is what a properly structured, strategically run small business actually looks like. And the difference between that version of business and the one most people are living is almost never about working harder. The business owners who achieve this level are not necessarily the most talented or the most experienced. What they have is clarity. They understand their numbers deeply. They know their customer acquisition cost. They know their lifetime customer value. They know exactly what it costs them to do nothing, which, by the way, is the most expensive decision any business owner ever makes. Doing nothing costs more than any investment in growth ever will. Sitting still while time passes is the most expensive choice on the table. Every week that goes by without the right strategy is a week of revenue lost. A week of momentum that could have been building but was not. Now I want to talk about disqualification, because this is important. If you are looking for someone to tell you that success is easy, that all you have to do is think positively and results will follow, this is not that kind of conversation. Real business growth requires real commitment. It requires you to look honestly at what is not working and be willing to change it even when change feels uncomfortable. Business owners who are not ready to examine their own blind spots, who are not willing to implement what they learn, who want results without the discipline to follow through, the strategies that have helped thousands of others turn their businesses around simply will not work for them either. But if you are someone who is genuinely willing to do the work, who just needs the right direction, the right framework, the right sequence of decisions, then absolutely everything changes. Let me give you the clearest version of what that transformation looks like in real, practical terms. Businesses that implement proper customer acquisition systems typically see their lead flow stabilize within the first few weeks. Revenue predictability changes how a business owner thinks, decides, and operates. When you know money is coming in, you stop making panicked decisions. You stop discounting out of desperation. You stop accepting bad clients because you feel like you cannot afford to say no. That shift alone changes the quality of every single day you spend in your business. The emotional weight of financial uncertainty is genuinely one of the heaviest things a human being can carry. It affects your sleep, your relationships, your health, your confidence. It sits on your chest like something heavy that never fully goes away. Removing that weight, or even just beginning to reduce it, creates a cascade of positive change through every area of your life. Business owners who gain clarity and structure describe it as feeling like they finally exhaled after holding their breath for years. That is what is on the other side of having the right strategy. Here's what I want you to sit with as we get to the end of this. Every business owner who is thriving right now was once exactly where you are. Every single one. The difference is not that they were born knowing what to do. The difference is that at some point they made a decision. They decided that spinning their wheels alone was costing them more than getting the right help ever would. They stopped treating investment in their business knowledge as optional and started treating it as the single most important thing they could do. The program linked in the description below exists because that decision needs a place to land. It is for the business owner who is done guessing, done exhausting themselves, done watching others figure it out while they stay stuck. The people who move on it quickly are consistently the ones who look back 6 months later and wish they had done it sooner. Not because there is pressure, because results compound. Every day you delay is a day that compound growth does not begin. You built something because you believed it was possible. That belief was not wrong. The direction just needs to change. Go check out what is in the description. Do it now while the decision is in front of you, because the version of you who acts today will be grateful, and the version of you who waits will still be in the same place, asking the same questions, staring at the same ceiling. You already know which one you want to be.